Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of What's on the Menu, Nate. Well, today we got something really good for episode 3. We got Garden Pea Salad. I'm going to teach y'all how to make it, and it's fairly easy. And all you need is a can of peas, sweet peas or garden peas, your choice, mayonnaise, and relish, salt, and pepper. And if you decide you want to add any other seasonings, that's your choice. All right, let's get started. First, you'll need your average can opener and can of peas. But if you do decide you want to use, say, a regular fresh bag of peas, if they're frozen, make sure they're thawed out before you use them. Or if you actually have fresh picked peas, then you might want to cook them first before you decide to put them in the bowl, because if you pick fresh picked peas, they sometimes can be crunchy. Well, let's go ahead and get started. First, you'll need to cut open the can by taking the can opener, making sure you clamp it down on the can, turn the twister all the way around until, not all the way around, until the can at least has one little catch on the top of it and it's been sliced open. Now, if you do decide to use the juice, it's your choice. But being honest, unless you're wanting to cook the peas in a fresh pot, then you could use the juice. But when you're making garden pea salad, I honestly don't like to use the juice. So what you'll do next is take your can, pinch it at the top, and then drain the juice out, either in the sink or outside or wherever you're wanting to cook. Then to make sure you don't cut yourself, use a back edge of a spoon, depending on what style of spoon you got. Stick it on the inside and then pull it out. Then next, take your can, dump it in a bowl, depending on how many cans you want to use and how many people you're planning to feed. One can can probably go for at least 2 people, but I'm just making just for one, where if you got any leftovers and all that, just put them in a container, or if you got a plastic lid or one of those or some tin foil, and just cover it over the lid. Cover the lid over the bowl, or put the lid over the bowl, or the tin foil, whatever you decide to use. Or you can use a plastic container that that you can put it in, and just put the top on it, so you can save it for later. And then once you're done with the can, just toss it away. Or if you recycle, you can put it in a bunch of the other metal tin cans and such. So you can take it to the recycle yard if you decide you want to use it for a little bit of money. Next, you will take your mayonnaise, take the top off, take your spoon, then put at least 3 spoonfuls of mayonnaise in there. Or if you like mayonnaise like most people do, like me, and all that, you'll put at least a good bit, or you can put a little bit more, depending on how you like it. Or you can put just a little extra, which I like to put in sometimes. Then next, make sure you have a separate spoon for your relish. But before we use a fresh jar, we'll use the rest of the leftover bottle. So we're cleaning out the fridge. Just squirt all that out. Okay, we got the rest of it out of there. Throw that away. Once the bottle's empty, pop open your fresh jar, and then just put a few more spoonfuls out on there. All right, I put at least 3 or 4 in there because I do like relish in there. Okay, and then just put the spoon that you've already used in there, and then just take your excess spoon and just put it off the side of the sink and just close the jars. Once you've got the appropriate amount that you want in there, and just close the jars. And then you start mixing. Just take your spoon, take your extra spoon, and just mix it all in there. Make sure to get the spoon underneath the peas to get all the mayonnaise and relish mixed in with the garden peas or the sweet peas. Make sure you twist the bowl around too, so you're not focused all in just one place. Now, if you lose a couple of peas, it's okay. Just pick them off the ground and just throw them away, because you don't want to. Even though some people do say 10-second rule, your choice. Okay, we got that all mixed up. Next, we go for our seasonings. We'll need salt. And then we'll need some pepper, black pepper, preferably. But if you do decide you like to add some red pepper, well, that's your choice, especially if you like it nice and spicy. All right, next, you'll open up your container of salt. You won't need a whole lot of salt, just a little bit. Just pour just a little bit around it. Not a whole lot, just little sprinkles, because you don't want to dump it out the entire container, or then you'll have to start from scratch. Either that or get a bigger bowl and add more peas and such. Next, you'll take your black pepper, open up the container, and then do the same thing like you did with the salt. Go all around it. I like pepper in mine. Heavily pepper it like that, and then do the same thing like you did earlier and mix it all in there. Turn the bowl around as you're going. Mixing it all in there, making sure all the seasoned ingredients are mixed together. Now, if you do decide to turn the bowl like I do, make sure you have plenty of room on your countertop, because you don't want it to spin too close to the edge, and then the dish will wind up on the floor. All right, now it's all good mixed. Next, once you're done, then all that's left is to do a little taste test. Just grab a little bit in your spoon, and then just take a bite. Let's go. But sometimes you can also add some other seasonings to it if you feel adventurous, like I am sometimes in cooking and making dishes. I do like to put a little bit of garlic powder in mine. So just take a little bit of garlic powder, Do like what you did with the salt and pepper. Woo, it's a little spicy, especially with that black pepper in there. Do the same thing. Just mix it around. Just turn the bowl. Make sure it all gets mixed in there. All right. Nice and good and mixed. Next, just do like what you did. Do like what we did earlier. Take a spoonful. Give it a taste test. See if you like it. Better. I like garlic in most of my stuff. But it's your choice if you decide to if you feel adventurous. Next, all you'll need now is just to choose any other dishes that you want to serve alongside this particular dish. Let's get a close-up view of that. Doesn't that just look good and appetizing? Makes you just want to jump out of the screen and try a bite, huh? Well, now if you decide if you want to do this dish, some other dishes that it can go good with along with the other side dishes. Mashed potatoes is a good idea. This also goes good with like meatloaf and chicken parmesan and other dishes that you can eat alongside it. But this is actually a good side dish if you're in a quick rush to make some side dishes to go with your main dishes. And it doesn't take very long. It just takes a few minutes. Doesn't even require an oven or anything, or a microwave on top of that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little short tidbit about a little side dish of one of my favorites. And if you'll join us next time, I'll teach y'all how to caramelize onions in the oven. Take it easy.